Today, we're going to pull back the curtain and show you how some of the top product pros out there are building their own personal AI systems to completely change how they work. Let's dive in.
Does this look familiar? I mean, if you're a product manager, a designer, a developer, you know this feeling. The constant grind. It feels like you spend way more time just managing the work about the work than actually doing the real creative work. But what if there was a totally different way to operate?
And this is the big idea we're going to unpack. We're not just talking about some simple automation tool that, checks a box for you. We're talking about a real collaborator, an AI that can push back, that can iterate with you, and basically act as an extension of your own brain.
Okay, first up, let's talk about the dreaded blank page. Writing a strategy memo or a product spec from scratch, it can feel like a huge, lonely task. But product leader Peter Yang has a workflow that turns this whole thing into a super dynamic collaboration.
So here's how his process works. It all starts by feeding the AI your specific template and all your raw research. Then, boom, the AI gives you a first draft. But, and this is the key, that's just the starting line. The real magic happens in steps 3 and 4, where you bring your human expertise, your team's conversations, back into the mix, refining the strategy over and over in this continuous loop.
This quote from Peter just nails the new mindset, right? The AI isn't some magic button you press for a perfect answer. It's a sparring partner. You give it the idea, the strategic direction, the human insights from your team, and the AI helps you build it, structure it, and make it clear.
Okay, so we've tackled strategy docs. Let's move on to the next major bottleneck in pretty much any project, prototyping. Now, traditionally, this is a really slow, step-by-step process. But AI is completely flipping the script.
Just look at the difference here. The path on the left, that's the old way. You write a massive document, then design, then finally get feedback. It takes forever. But the AI-powered path on the right, it just inverts the whole thing. You build a working prototype first, sometimes in minutes, get it in front of actual users, and then you write the detailed specs. You're learning so much faster because you're playing with the real thing almost immediately. And this quote from Peter, wow. It's a total game changer. I mean, just imagine getting real user feedback before the high-fidelity designs are even done. That's the kind of insane speed we're talking about here. And it's not about replacing designers, not at all. It's about accelerating that feedback loop for the entire team.
So here's why that matters so much. When anyone can just spin up a prototype by describing it, it stops being this siloed, specialized task. Your manager can jump in and iterate on your idea. A designer can tweak it. It becomes this shared, living thing that the whole team can rally around and contribute to, which, of course, makes the final product that much stronger.
We've seen how AI can totally transform specific tasks, like writing and prototyping. But what happens when you start connecting these workflows together? Well, that's when you get to this ultimate concept, building a complete, personalized AI operating system, basically your second brain.
Now, I know that sounds incredibly complex, but as PM Tal J explains, the secret is actually surprisingly simple. The foundation for this whole powerful system? It's just plain text files. That's it. Local markdown files that you control. This simple idea unlocks some absolutely incredible possibilities.
So what exactly is a personal OS? Well, think of it as an AI that you've trained on your world. It knows your projects, your long-term goals, your meeting notes, even your personal writing style. It's not some generic assistant. It's a co-pilot that has the full context of who you are and what you're actually trying to do.
AI PM Aman stack shows us the building blocks. First, you've got your knowledge base. That's all those text files. Then you have your task manager, like a Trello board or Linear. Then an action engine, which is basically custom skills the AI can use. And finally, you have an interface like Cursor or Obsidian to bring it all together.
But how do you actually interact with this thing? Well, this slide shows two pretty different models. On one side, you've got tools like Cursor, which Tal calls pair programming. The AI suggests changes, but you're always in the loop, reviewing and accepting them. On the other side, you have more agentic tools that kind of work in the background and just give you the final result. For that deep strategic thinking, being in the loop is absolutely crucial. And maybe the most powerful benefit of all of this is that your OS becomes an accountability partner. Because it knows your goals, it can actually tell when you're starting to drift. As Aman points out, it can nudge you back on track, making sure that the little tasks you're doing today are actually aligned with the big picture goals you set for yourself.
All right, we've gone through strategy, we've gone through prototyping, and building a personal OS. So now let's zoom out to the meta lesson that really connects all of these incredible workflows.
And this is it. By building these systems, you're not just using a tool, you are actively creating your own personal AI product. You are both the user and the product manager. And that continuous process of curating and iterating on your own system, that's the single best way to build a deep, practical intuition for how AI really works.
So let's do a quick recap. First, go beyond simple automation. Build a thinking partner. Second, flip your process. Prototype first to learn way faster. Remember, the foundation for all this is just simple text files. The best app you'll ever have is one that's personalized to you. And most importantly, the very act of building your own system is the best AI education you can get.
And all of this leaves us with one final essential question. Now that you've seen the stack that professionals are actually using, it's your turn. You have the building blocks. So what problem are you going to solve? What will your personal AI product do?